Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another movie review. Today we're tackling the new Disney Pixar film, Onward. But however, before we get into that, I want to tell you guys that a little bit of a public service announcement for this film. You know how whenever they have like a Disney or Disney Pixar film, they have like a little short before it, you know? For Frozen they had something, for Frozen 2 they had something, Zootopia, Coco, Cars 3, you know, all that stuff. And this one is very, very important. And I wouldn't really call this a spoiler, but it's going to be a quick little thing here. So you know how Disney bought Fox? They own Marvel, or they own X-Men, and Fantastic Four, and Deadpool, and Family Guy, and Kingsman, and Alien, and all that crap. No, they also own The Simpsons. And recently, if you have Disney Plus, or if you're just living under a rock, you will know that Disney technically owns The Simpsons, what, like 30 seasons? Even though really they're made by Fox, Disney owns them now, so it's a Disney show. But it's never really been anything, you know, made by Disney. It's just been, okay, we own that, you know. Kind of different, like, oh, you know, Disney owns Star Wars and they make Star Wars movies. It's different. Simpsons is not the case. However, they do have one thing that is Simpsons, which is really, really effing cool. And the theater that I went to, by the way, there were like 2 other people. It was really empty. It was effing amazing. I started freaking out, like, literally. I mean, it wasn't that loud, but I was like, oh my god! Whoa! You know, I was going crazy. It was freaking awesome. They played a Simpsons, you know, short before Onward, and it actually had the Mickey Mouse ears, you know, like the 3 circles, and then it was Homer with 2 sprinkled pink donuts, and it was a short with Maggie, and it was just so cool to see that Disney is actually doing something with the Simpsons other than just, you know, rerunning the Fox-made ones. They're making their own Disney, and it's just so amazing. I freaked out. It was freaking awesome, and you know, I'm very excited because I'm a huge fan of the Simpsons. I think I became a fan when I was like 16 or 17. I'm 21 now, so, you know, I know a lot about The Simpsons. It's not my favorite show, but it is a Disney show now, and it's really cool that they had that in there. So I just thought I'd let you guys know, because when you go see Onward and you're like, well, what? There's a Simpsons? You know, that's why there is a Simpsons thing there. Very cool. So going on to the Onward film, we have, of course, what is their names? Ian and Barley Lightfoot, I believe. Lightfoot. Of course, Ian is played by Tom Holland, and Barley is played by Chris Pratt. Now, on Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You know, Chris Pratt, who is he? He's Emmett Brakowski from the Lego Movie. He's Star-Lord. He is that guy in that one Wild West movie. He is Owen Grady from Jurassic World 1 and 2 and 3. You know, what isn't he? You got Tom Holland. Well, who's Tom Holland? Well, he's friggin' Spider-Man for one. He's Ian Lightfoot, and so he's a Disney character now. And he's also, I forgot the guy's name, but he's the kid in Spies in Disguise, that movie from last year with Will Smith. So yeah, both of them have a lot of, you know, experience with Disney, and some of them with Lego, and some, you know, the big brands. And I have nothing against Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. In fact, in this movie, they're freaking great. They work off each other well. You can't really tell that they had fun making this movie, but, you know, when they talk, you kind of can get a sense that, okay, yeah, they're having fun with it, you know. They're not like, they're giving their all, you know what I'm saying? But in just my opinion, again, I love these 2 actors, and they're great in their different ways, but I just think they're in too many things, you know what I mean? Like, every new movie, you're like, oh, there's Chris Pratt, there's Tom Holland, there's Chris Pratt, there's Tom Holland, and it's like every movie is like, well, what the hell aren't these guys in? You know what I mean? It's in that. They're gonna be, Tom Holland's gonna be the new freaking Nathan Drake, apparently, which is not gonna work. It might work, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think Nathan Fillion is Nathan Drake, but anyway, that whole thing is behind us. This entire plot very much is about these 2 characters and how they go about their business, you know. And I don't want to get any, you know, like actual spoilers, but for the sake of voice acting, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt do a great job. In fact, they're one of the best voiceovers in a Disney Pixar movie because they're such good actors. But again, I just think they might be in too many things. Who knows? We got to get some other people in there, you know. But that's just me. But in this movie, they do a great job. Ian and Barley are great characters. They already have 2 of the you know, like in the Disney World and Disneyland theme parks, they have the characters in there. It's awesome. I can't wait to meet them and have them sign something, or, you know, whatever. I don't really do that anymore, but you get what I'm saying. It will be really cool to see them at the parks. But, again, the voice acting is great, so I'm going to get that out of the way right now. It is great. There's no doubt about it. Octavia Spencer, the, what's her name? Poop! I'm forgetting. Manticore. The Manticore from the trailer, where she had the hot wings and all that, and it's kind of funny. There's a few little gags there. But yeah, the voice acting is great. Animation, I will say that Coco, I think, is the best animated Pixar film because of how much goes into that. That one shot of Miguel and the living, the dead area or whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's got all those lights in the very beginning when Miguel travels over. That just looks effing incredible. And this movie looks great too. And this is probably the best looking Pixar film. But my personal favorite would be Coco because of how much goes into that movie. But this one is, of course, the newest, so it's going to look the best. And the hair animation on Ian and Barley, when Barley moves and goes like this, you can see like the flab jiggle. I mean, it's gross, but the attention to detail is really freaking good here. And everything that they do, the sweat, the eye contact, everything is, of course, it's a Pixar movie. What do you expect, right? It's not going to look like crap. But still, it is very much a well-animated film, well-lit. Me looking at this critically, there's nothing to complain about there in terms of animation. The writing, I didn't see anything wrong. I'd say all of the jokes landed. This is not the funniest Pixar movie. You're not going to be laughing your butt off every 2 minutes. Because you have Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, who are normally kind of comedic, actors, I do think that their jokes do land, but it's not, it's kind of like the, if you look at the Lego Ninjago movie versus like the Lego movie, everyone thinks the Lego movie's funnier. Why? Because there's more jokes in that. I think the Lego Ninjago movie, as you guys know, Ninjago is my favorite Lego movie, but the Lego Ninjago movie doesn't have as many jokes into the script as the Lego movie 1. So that's why there's more jokes. And it's the same thing here. Onward does not have as many jokes crammed into the script at every 2 minutes, but the jokes that are in there do land. So it's not as funny as, say, I don't know, whatever else would be funny. Cars 2, Monsters, Inc., no Pixar movie is just straight comedy, but you get what I'm saying. It's not the funniest movie ever. Not because nothing lands, it's just because there's not as much comedy in there as another film. But like I said, the script is fine. There's no weird, cringy moments or anything like that. The plot, if you guys have seen the trailer, you'll know that the plot seems very simple. When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, great. It's going to be these two dudes and their dad's, waist down, he's whatever, and it's going to be just jokes about Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings references all over the place. It's going to be, Easter egg heaven. And it wasn't. There are a few Easter eggs, but it didn't go overboard in your face. It didn't throw, hey, here's a dragon, here's a Gollum reference. There isn't a Gollum reference, but, they make certain things in there where you're like, okay, do I want it to be just Easter eggs, or do I want it to have a good plot and a few Easter eggs and a few nods? And that's what they do. This plot seems very simple from the trailer again, but no spoilers. Of course, I will tell you what the plot is. Ian and Barley are trying to find their dad. They're not find their dad. Their dad's, waist down. Not naked, but you know what I'm saying. There's no top half of his dad. And they're trying to essentially get him back in 24 hours. And lots of comedic things and action ensues. They are saying all over the internet now. I mean, Chris Pratt and Tom Holland are in every goddamn internet video on YouTube. I mean, I can't watch every effing YouTuber in the world and they're in an ad. I mean, they're everywhere. But they're always saying, oh yeah, bring your Kleenex. That's my best Chris Pratt voice, I guess, doing. Holy tooth of Sadar! You know what I mean? They are trying to get you to cry. And I didn't cry. I was really freaking close. I only cried at one movie, and that was the Lego movie. It happened. But still, like I said, with this, I guess a slight critique of Pixar could be that they try to make people cry as like a marketing ploy. Because think about it. If Chris Pratt and Tom Holland are on the internet, in every video on YouTube practically, it's like, oh yeah, bring your Kleenex, you're going to cry, it's going to be crazy, you're going to be weeping. Dudes and girls, that is a marketing ploy, and we believe it because they're lovable actors and all that. And I didn't cry, I was close. I mean, I don't care, if you do cry, it's a big freaking deal. I didn't, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is that you can have a lot of these Pixar movies are deemed as, oh yeah, you're going to cry at that one. Or you're going to bring your, Coco. You're going to cry at that one. You're going to cry at Finding Dory and all that. Cars 3. I almost cried at Cars 3. Because Lightning McQueen is effing awesome. But, like I was saying, all of this could just be a ploy, and it works. Don't get me wrong. They're not just forcing emotions in your face in these movies. It really does pay off, and it works within the plot. But I just can't help but feel that Pixar knows the people's weak spot. And they go, oh, if we make them get emotional, they'll tell their friends, and they'll go see our movie. I could be wrong. That may be just like a weird, money marketing ploy thing for Disney and Pixar. But to hell, right? It's working. So, good job, Pixar. Again, this is a very emotional movie. This is a funny movie at times. There's even a few action scenes which you don't really get from the trailer. So, what I'm trying to say is that the plot, most like every other Pixar movie, is A, very intense and kind of beyond what you would expect. It's very deep and mature in its theming, but it's also for all ages. And really quickly, a lot of these sticklers and weirdos and boomers are saying, oh, animation is just for kids. And we all know, hopefully you all know, I've said this countless freaking times, animation is not only for kids, it's suitable for kids. And that's a fact. And this movie is proof of that. The Lego Ninjago movie is proof of that. Cars 3, all of these animated films, really, I really hate the term kids film. Oh, we're going to go see that kids film. The most underrated kids film. No. If you want to talk about a kids film, watch something on PBS Kids like Arthur or Bob the Frickin' Builder or My Little Pony. If you want to watch an animated movie, which is a form of art and not just, children's entertainment, go see Onward, because this is a movie for all ages. It is not a lower form of entertainment. Most like everything, 99% of animated films are not just for kids, and we all know that. Everyone can enjoy them. But we got a little minority of people, a little bit, that are just still saying, oh, that's children's stuff. It's really not. You don't have to like the movie. I happen to love it. But, if it's really up for all ages, and I think that everyone can enjoy it. I was with, there was one kid, I think, this is the first day I believe it came out, because I'm filming this and this is posted on a Friday. It really wasn't a packed theater at all. It was just me and a few other people, me and my family members, we all went. But it was still very, very cool to see. Again, Onward, I'm going to have to compare this. I think I said this in the beginning, but if I'm going to say it again. This is like the male equivalent of Frozen. Remember in 2013 when Frozen happened and everyone freaked out, boys and girls? I enjoyed Frozen. I think I gave it a B or an A-, but me personally, and if you saw my Frozen 2 review, I will say I don't like Frozen 1 because it's more for girls, in my opinion. I can't see a dude watching that like me. I'm not going to say, hey, buddy, when I have my friends over or whatever, hey, you want to go see Frozen? You know what I mean? It's just, that's just me. I'm that kind of dude, Frozen 2 was a lot better, but still. Frozen 1 was, the girls went nuts. And I think Onward, the dudes are going to go nuts, because I love Lord of the Rings, I love The Hobbit, I love that kind of stuff. I'm not like a role-playing Dungeons and Dragons dude, but I appreciate that kind of stuff, because I am the franchise fanatic. I like all that kind of stuff, too. And to see that in a very mature and, kid-friendly, but also adult and teenager-friendly way is very, very cool. And again, it's beautiful storytelling, awesome character development. And again, no spoilers. But again, I'm going to have to give Onward an A+. I really freaking love this movie. This is, like I said, one of the best Pixar movies ever made. And Pixar has never made a bad movie. Say what you want, Cars 2 is freaking awesome. But still, like I said, in all seriousness, I do really enjoy Onward. It's a great movie. Take your kids. If you don't have any kids, go see it. There is no shame in seeing an animated film. It is for everyone. You need to get rid of that stigma if you have it, because it is false. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please tell me, without any spoilers in the comments, what you would rate Onward from my, and I guess a universal rating F to an A+. Again, I'm going to give Onward an A+. I really have no issues with it. The whole marketing thing, it was just me. That wasn't actually a negative. But yeah, like I said, everything works. It really is a gem for Pixar, and I can't wait to see more. I don't think they should make a sequel, because when you watch this movie, it will really conclude in the best way. Should they have made Toy Story 4? No. Was Toy Story 4 good? Yes. Was Cars 3 the end of the Cars franchise? Hopefully. I do not want a Cars 4. The Cars movies, the Cars trilogy, it's my favorite Pixar film ever. Cars 1, 2, 3. They're my favorite. You can't change my mind. But I don't want Cars 4 because Cars 3 ended so well. So again, what I'm trying to say here to end this is that, if you make sequels and a sequel like Joker, say what you want about Joker, but it works perfectly as a one-off film. You don't need another cinematic universe of Joaquin Phoenix and, maybe have an R-rated Lex Luthor or whatever, but not Joker, So, make 1 or 2 or 3, but don't cap it. I think Onward works as a standalone movie. Next year, Pixar 2021, they're going to have the movie Soul. The trailer is out for that if you want to go look that up on YouTube. Soul looks pretty cool. That was one of the previews. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. I probably rambled too much. But again, that was my review of Onward. Great movie for everyone. Again, no spoilers in the comments, but tell me, did you enjoy it? Yes or no? Thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.